Hi, you're watching Kolsky Drones. Welcome back. Today we're going to have a quick review and overview of the jumper T8SG V2 Plus. And is it actually any better than the T8SG?
Hi, this is the jumper T8SG V2 Plus. You probably saw a couple of weeks ago I did a video on the T8SG. Shortly after the video the power switch failed. I sent it back, got another one. Within a day the power switch failed on that. So I sent it back, sort of had enough of this. The power switch felt really dodgy. It had an up and down switch that was really sticky anyway. So I decided to buy this one. I bought this from Banggood. I ordered it last Tuesday. It arrived on the Saturday on the 4 to 7 day priority shipping. Shipping cost 59p extra, and I think it cost 90 quid in total. And you can see the box is much different than the other one. It doesn't look anything like a Futaba box. I wonder if Futaba had anything to do with that. Let's unbox it and see what you get in the box. Now I have already taken it out of the box because it's ridiculously tight to get out. So, as with the first one, you get the case with the transmitter and you get a quick start guide, which is exactly the same guide, it's just got a picture of the new one on the top. But the features are exactly the same as the first one. So this is what you get inside. You get the case, the lanyard and the T8SG. So as you can see, it looks entirely different. Now obviously I have unboxed this before because I've used it. I also couldn't get it in mode 1, so I had to get it in mode 2 and then do a swap over. It's incredibly easy to do if that's what you need to do. You just undo the 4 screws in that gimbal, the 4 screws in that gimbal, unplug 2 plugs each side, swap them over, change it to mode 1 and calibrate it. It's as simple as that. It took me 5 minutes. So this is it. Now they must have learned from the power switch, because now it's just got a push on power switch. The screen flicker you're probably going to see is nothing to do with the screen flicker on this. It's a resolution, and the refresh rate of this screen rate will probably look flickery on my video camera, but it doesn't flicker when you look at it. So improvements: it's got a much bigger screen, as you can see, and it's got an OLED screen. So don't expect this to work out in the sun because you can't see it. It might be OLED, but it's weak. You can't see it in the sun. It's no biggie to me. I never look at the screen when I'm flying. I ain't got time. So, and it's got an audible timer if I'm using the timer. And the other main feature is it's got Hall effect gimbals. They feel absolutely no different to the first one. I can't tell the difference. So out of the box it came, and this stick here, it's centred, but it was so weak in the centre point, you felt like you could just bounce it with your hand like that, and you tap it and you go down. So I took the back off, and the screws, it has screws that you could adjust the tension. They were backed all the way off on both sticks, so I had to screw them in, and now it is usable. So it comes with a battery tray now, which isn't actually in it. Just bear with me. So you do get this battery tray. It takes 4 AA's and plugs inside. But also with that, of course, you can plug in a 2S LiPo, which is what I've done. I've got a 1000 milliamp hour 2S LiPo in there, plugged into the balance port. It's much better than the little slidey catcher that it had on before. It's now got a clip down hatch, which is much better. The switches, they feel the same. To be honest with you, I don't think they feel any different whatsoever. But the difference is now it has 2 top switches. And instead of the potentiometers there, it's now got these on either side for aux 4 and aux 5. I use, for my models, this is my arm switch on Tavares. On the other one of these I was using this one. So when I set this up first, I obviously I have that as my hold switch and this is my mode switch. And then I'd have a beeper normally on the backbone. On this one, if you calibrated it, this switch is linked to this. So the only way to do that is, when you calibrate it, instead of calibrating these, calibrate the switches and make sure these switches are all the way down, and you can use that as your arm button. I know it sounds a bit complicated, but it's the only way I could get it to work. You can of course not use that as your arm switch, but defeats the object. So these two switches are linked, which I find bizarre, but I'm also going to do a review later on this week of the IRA10 by irangeX, the model that's now being fixed and all the bugs sorted out. That's exactly the same issue. So it's something to do with the software I demand, the firmware it's running on for Devo. So yeah. The other major advantage of this one over the other one is they've actually put the USB port in a sensible place. So to do a firmware update, which you will need to do if you want to update your models, it's just plug in there. If you go onto the Deviation website, it now has the nightly builds for this. It has the V2 and the V2 Plus nightly builds. I've been checking another couple when this was first announced, they weren't there, and I believe the T8SG nightly builds will not work. So that's good to know. It's better than the first one, that is without a doubt. However, it's £20 more than the T8SG V2, and all you're getting for your money is a slightly bigger screen and the Hall effect gimbals. I do not think the gimbals feel any different, and I don't think the resolution's any better. This is great for flying toy size quads, and I also fly FPV around the house with this. But I'm not 100% sure the resolution's great on the sticks compared to when I fly around the house on my Q7 or my Tavares. It just doesn't feel the same. However, for what you get, for what you want it for, it's great. I would probably buy the V2, not the Plus. But if you want the bigger screen and you like the Hall effect gimbals, don't expect these Hall effects to feel like the Hall effects M9s or M7s do for the FR Sky stuff. They just don't. They don't feel like that at all. They just feel. They don't feel. Do they feel toy grade? Probably. They probably feel a bit better than toy grade. But that's all. But it does what it says in the tin. It's exactly the same as the first one, so I'm not going to go through all the settings on it. It does it all. It sets. It runs everything I've thrown at it. The only thing I haven't done with this one, which I've done with the other one, I'd put the bugs firmware update on so I could bind to any bugs, and they do. I need to now put it on this one. As I say, I already got it Saturday and I've just had a quick fly. I've just set it up. The interesting thing when you buy it is it's already got a couple of models set up in it. Now whether that's for testing I don't know, but they are set up and they're named, so like I say, might not make any difference. So yeah, if you want the OLED screen, yeah, pay the bit extra. It's very, very nice transmitter for your money. It's 90 quid from Banggood. It came ridiculously fast, and it does what it says in the tin. But you might be tempted just to spend a little bit less and not have as big a screen and not have the Hall effect gimbals, because I honestly can't tell the difference. The menu buttons are much easier to use than they were before. So you've got an enter, a return, an up, down, left and right. Sorry, screen's gone off. And the screen is bigger. For setting a model up on a bigger screen is better for me. But it's not probably worth the extra money, because it'll just, as a transmitter, it'll just do exactly the same thing. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, if you haven't got a jumper already, then get one. If you've got a jumper, T8SG, and you're thinking about upgrading, I probably wouldn't. But if you've not got one, yeah, go get one bought. They're great for the money, and they're fantastic for flying indoors because of the small form factor. I love it, the fact it's tiny. stick some goggles on and get some FPVing done. Have a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed the video.